What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We are going to be talking about the Iso-8 classes for your A.I.M roster. Now, there's 6 to really work on, 5 if you really want to ignore Researcher, which is very much recommended, and we're not even going to talk about Infector because Infector is terrible. So we'll talk about Scientist Supreme, Graviton, A.I.M Assaulter, A.I.M Security, A.I.M Monstrosity, and then we'll do a little mention of A.I.M Researcher at the same time. Now, for your 5 classes, there's actually some benefits to having Striker on all of them. If you go onto MSF.gg and you take a look at their bonus attacks for each character, you can see that each of their assist attacks will apply some kind of debuff. So, A.I.M Assaulter applies bleed, A.I.M Monstrosity applies defense down, A.I.M or offense down with A.I.M Researcher, A.I.M Security is able to apply slow, and then Graviton and Scientist Supreme, they're a little bit different. We're going to talk about each of these characters and what to focus on. So let's start with Scientist Supreme. This is the one that you're more than likely going to have kind of geared up. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Yeah, the one you're more than likely going to have geared up because you use her for raids or other places, even Dark Dimension 2. And for her, the easy choice is going to be Healer because she does a lot of healing. This is right here with this, the healing on her retro vaccination. She's just a very easy healer character. Since you're likely not going to be using A.I.M Researcher, this is going to be your only healer character on the team. So using that to boost up the healing capabilities of her abilities, making sure she's able to heal your team up constantly, combine this in with her cleansing of debuffs and if flipping stuff, it's great. I love it. So easy choice for her to go for healer. And then let's talk Graviton, the other characters you're likely going to be working on. You can get him out of the War Store. Great war offense character. Honestly, if you're going to work on him, my recommendation is going to be Striker. Another recommendation you guys can do if you're not working on, if you don't want to do Striker for him, is going to be Raider as well. His basic is able to tick multiple times per attack. It does additional tick per negative effect on the target. There's something interesting to note here because we'll talk about the ultimate here in a moment as well. This is a bonus attack here, while the Singularity ultimate is only additional damage. So the basic can stack a lot of additional ticks of damage, and that kind of does make the Raider ISO class kind of tempting for him, because if you use the basic against an enemy with a lot of debuffs, that's a lot of definite ticks of damage, and that means a high possibility of putting vulnerable on them with the critical hits from that. But Striker does seem to work much better because you have this bonus damage here for negative effect. You also have bonus damage here with his with the special as well. So honestly, if you are going to be using any class on Graviton, Striker is a very easy choice. Raider is a secondary choice, but that Striker stacking up that bonus damage really kind of pushes his damage up, makes him a whole lot better. And let's talk about A.I.M Assaulter. Now for him, I have Skirmisher. You could also possibly do Fortifier, maybe even Raider, I wouldn't do Striker, but Raider also works for him as well. His special, Hyperdose, does have additional bonus attacks with it. So again, just like how you had with Graviton, where you had the bonus attacks there on the basic per negative effect, you have the same thing here with Skirmisher. But one thing too is that he's also able to apply bleeds, so stacking a bonus focus on him with that focus ISO class, with the Skirmisher ISO class that gives bonus focus, is a great deal here. He's also able to move pretty fast because he has speed up. His Juicer passive does give bonus speed bar for himself and adjacent allies, and he also gains bonus max health and damage. So Skirmisher is great for applying the debuffs, also gives you some kind of way of reliably planting vulnerable on the enemy team. And, you know, the bonus attacks does make Striker an interesting choice. Raider could also work as well. So I think any of those 3 damage classes could work, but I like Skirmisher the best for him. And then moving on to A.I.M Researcher. I'm not going to focus too much on A.I.M Researcher. If you are using Researcher, just use Healer. I mean, you have this healing ability here. It's very easy to go for Healer on this, and then, yeah, you know, fill his character speed bar. Honestly, this character is a really good healer. There is this ability to apply offense down on the basic attack, and the assist can apply offense down as well. So if you can get Striker on him and use that bonus attack, that's offense down, which is great. But usually you're already applying offense down on the target anyways because you have no other offensive abilities. So there's really no point in using Striker there. It's just going to kind of overlap. There's no point there. So Healer, in my opinion, would be the best choice for A.I.M Researcher. Aim security, healer is an easy choice. The charge capacitor ability is constantly healing itself for 10% of its max health. Immunization, it's when it's above a certain amount of max health, it's able to transfer negative effects from self and each aim ally to the attacking enemy. So if you can keep aim security topped off, that means the more often it's taunting, which if you fought aim, you know aim security is very annoying because it just constantly taunts and just keeps you focused on that character, and then it's just removing negative effects. So if you can keep aim security above 75% health and you have it tanking and it's just removing negative effects and everything, it's going to be healing itself up with the healer class. It's going to be just transferring negative effects. It's an annoying character to fight. Now, it can apply slow on the enemy target with its bonus attack. This is a lot of damage here on this attack if the character is ability blocked, but there is not any there's no real way to apply ability block unless I think maybe Infector, but I mean I don't even think Infector has anything for ability block. So yeah, there's no definitive way to apply ability block with an aim team, so I wouldn't really worry about Striker to boost up the damage of the attacks. Healer is just an easy one. Fortifier as well could also work. If you guys have fought A.I.M, you know that security can move faster. You can manipulate it in a way that's next to Assaulter so that it's moving fast with the Juicer passive from Assaulter if that's what you want to go for. Taunting more often. If you have Fortifier on it, that's just more barrier on Assaulter as well. So yeah, there's a couple different ways. I like Healer. Fortifier's a great second class to go for security. And then finally, we have A.I.M Monstrosity. Now, I have Striker on him for the simple reason that the ability to apply defense down with assists on that bonus ISO attack is a big deal. Defense down is a very hefty kind of debuff to apply. And honestly, you get offense up on Monstrosity, and then you can use that follow-up with a bonus attack to apply defense down to the target. That's a big deal. I like that. So if you can get offense up on Monstrosity and then defense down the enemy target, anybody who's used Monstrosity will tell you he's pretty he does some nice damage. He's very hefty on the damage. He has some good damage stats. So if you can boost this up as well with Striker, boost that damage stat as well, I think that's something really important to go for as well. And that's kind of going back to Graviton as well. He's got some pretty solid damage here. I mean, look at that. 11,000 damage. He's only gear 12, level 65, only 4 red stars. So he's got some good damage too, and that's where Striker is coming in great for both Monstrosity and Graviton. They do a lot of damage, and that just kind of builds up their damage stat even better, allows them to do even more damage. I think that's a great choice to go for those ISO classes. And then, like I said, with A.I.M Infector, we're not going to bother with A.I.M Infector. A.I.M Infector is garbage. Shouldn't use A.I.M Infector. Don't use him. So yeah, those are the ISO classes to go for your A.I.M characters. Let me know down below if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about these classes. Anything you guys want to know about, let me know down below. But as always, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe to the channel for more Marvel Strike Force content in the future. And as always, I will see you guys next time.